We will take this morning to look at both some of the challenges we're confronting with precarious work, and also look at some of the initiatives or ideas that people have for meeting that challenge and resisting it.
We are a country that is very young, that have actually achieved democracy in 17 years. And I think one of the fundamental things that have happened was that we won political power in our country. And we quickly learned, as we're busy celebrating, that political power without economic power was meaningless for South Africans. You still have a situation where the bulk majority of our people, black people in general, Africans in particular, are still ravaged by perpetual poverty. And as we speak, we're at a point where there is a consensus within the labor movement that in fact we're facing a triple crisis of unemployment, poverty, and serious levels of inequalities.
Just as what you guys have talked about in terms of South Africa, I mean, I think that what we're finding here is that employers are using a whole range of strategies to shed any responsibility directly for their workforce, right? This is in terms of human rights, health and safety, any access to basic wages, any benefits, all of those kinds of fundamental issues.
At 10 o'clock in the morning, Bell pulled their contract. 10:05, IQT went into receivership. You are not getting your paycheck. You do not have a job. Sorry. They left 500 people in Oshawa stranded, approximately 700 to 800 people in Quebec stranded. No pay. We weren't unionized. We were left to fend for ourselves.
Unemployment creation, inequality creation, poverty creation, it's very good for capitalism. In fact, when a society has high unemployment rate, high inequality, and high levels of poverty, that is an indication of how successful the system is.
It's quite clear that our situation is globally, we're facing with this race to the bottom. And I think this race to the bottom needs all of us to work outside just nation state.
It's a strategy that has to take place on a number of levels. It's about mobilizing at the base. It's about politicization. It's about, legislative strategies. It's around how we work together with unions, how unions are working themselves, and how community organizations can work with unions to try and build this fight back, right?
We've got to come to our senses about the internationalist nature of the battle that we are fighting. While the battlefield, in most instances, is the national sphere, I think the action must be internationalist and must have international linkages. So same way as capitalists manage to globalize neoliberalism, we must globalize our struggle.